I love having people who are like just in the world of sales.
Yep.
And you're building a team.
Yes, sir.
And well, just tell me in your own words what you've accomplished. I know you're a major player in the life insurance game. What have you accomplished so far? How old are you?
Oh, man. I don't really like to talk about it, but I'm 26 years old. And so far we've accomplished, we just had $1 million in sales last year, or excuse me, $1 million in sales last month. So I believe
a little better, right?
Yeah, it's a lot better, right?
There was some rookie numbers that pumped those up $1 million in a year, right?
Come on now, yeah. Made multiple six figures my first year, made $1 million my third year, and then this year projected to do multiple millions. We've helped 15 people make six figures, which is more impactful than just becoming a millionaire. And I believe we're one of the few young people that are coming in and dominating this industry, because you don't really hear too much about young people selling life insurance. And I think it's a great way to build passive income, a great way to set yourself up for life, do something, get paid for the rest of your life.
So why is that you think that you don't hear about a lot of young people going into life insurance?
I think that's a great question. We're trying to fix that.
So, but why is it? I mean,
yeah.
is it hard to get the license? Is it a slow process?
It is a slow process. And I mean, it's a slow development. A lot of times people want instant gratification, and it's not really marketed very well. So like my vision has always been, I want to make insurance sexy. Like if real estate's sexy, if something else is sexy, Forex, like why can we make insurance sexy? So that's always been my vision since day one.
Okay. Maybe not sexy, but you can make it fun, right?
Yeah.
To be part
we're
of the
going to do our
company.
best to make it sexy.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you sell life insurance, right?
Yes, sir.
So for those of you who don't know, there's typically two types. You have what's called term insurance, and you have whole life.
That's right. Yeah.
Why don't you explain to the audience about each one?
Yeah. So whole life is a guaranteed policy. You're guaranteed to get the money. It also builds cash value. So if you ever need to borrow from the policy, you can. If you ever need to cash it out, you can. Builds dividends. And again, that's guaranteed back to your family. So spend a little bit of money now, and heaven forbid you pass away tomorrow, your family's guaranteed cash. Okay, term stands for terminate. So it's for usually 10, 20, or 30 years.
Okay.
And then once that's done, once it's expired, you have to renew it, you have to requalify. So we focus on whole life products a lot of the times because the family's guaranteed to get back more than they paid into it.
Okay. So why would someone, if you think whole life is better, in what circumstances would term make more sense?
Yeah, when you're young, when you have a big family, you can get a lot of term for cheap. So if you can't afford a huge whole life policy, start with a term. But know that your family, if something were again to happen, you can wake up tomorrow, or when you don't wake up tomorrow, your family is guaranteed to be taken care of.
So when you say if you can't afford it, isn't a whole life sort of flexible? It's like how much you want to put in versus how much insurance you get out, or is there a minimum monthly payments that you just can't have a whole life without paying a certain amount? What's the minimum to get involved?
I mean, whole life's more expensive. It's based on your age, your health, your habits. So whole life is going to be more expensive than term. You can get like $1 million term policy for $50 being 30 years old. So I mean, that sounds a lot more appealing than, $100,000 for $50, right?
Right.
So if you can't really afford to spend, $300 a month for a $500,000 whole life policy, go ahead and just get a term policy now. When things get better, lock in whole life or get, both. I have both.
You have both.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Come on now.
Now, from the perspective of selling it, right?
Yes.
Would you say that insurance is probably like the ultimate pain-based sale, where it's really about something that imagine the future you not having it, and
Correct,
and you die, or God forbid, right? Then your family is left broke and penniless and homeless, right? Is that how you basically go? How do you go about selling whole life? Do you sell it as a disaster policy or as a actual investment in someone's future?
No, definitely the disaster, because obviously it's the worst day of that family's life. And to add on to that is when they have to go face the funeral director, they got to pay for everything immediately. So our whole life is actually tied to what's called like a freedom of choice. It's a death benefit that pays within 24 to 48 hours. So that way the family has immediate cash. That way their assets are, they're wrapped up, or they don't have cash on hand. They know that their funeral is paid for that family member. So we sell based on concepts. So mortgage protection. Like when you die, your mortgage is paid off. Your wife's not gonna have to go, put a foreclosure sign on some young kid like myself coming off him a lowball deal, and she's out of a house.
Right.
So we sell those concepts, and we sell hope. We're like the safety net for that family's future.
Okay.
So that's really what we focus on.